Welcome back, lovely people. This is Queer Trécs podcast with me, Nana. And today, my lovely guest is Sasha.
Hi, everyone. My name is Countess Sasha Seduction on stage, and off stage, my name is Alexandria.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So happy you're here. May I ask, what pronouns do you use?
She, her.
So usually I ask people what their current hyperfixations are or their obsessions, but you told me you don't really have one right now.
No, right now, I have like a lot going on, like so many distractions. First, I'm planning to move to Berlin. I haven't fully processed that. But I'm also shooting a movie currently, an Hungarian movie. I'll try to pronounce the name in Hungarian. Anyam, Asani, or Asarni. My mother, the monster.
Szörny. Anyám a szörny. Yes.
I tried.
Yes. Good job.
But yeah, we're currently filming that. And between that and performing during my Wednesday shows and some other gigs, it's been insanely crazy. Like last night has been the most sleep I've had in a week. So
that's crazy, girl. Without sleep, I don't even know where the hell I am. So
you know what? Yesterday on set in the evening, before closing, my last scenes were me sleeping. And I was basically sleeping off. And they would be like, Sasha, we're taking another take now. And I'm like,
Sure.
And they didn't even realize I was sleeping. And at some point, I had to like speak from my sleep. And I just did it naturally. And the director was like telling me before I left yesterday that is method acting. And I was like, yeah, sure, I agree with you.
Whatever you want.
At least they slept. But it's very nice.
You didn't even have to act at all. Well, you're a natural. Born natural.
Thank you.
I really want to ask, how did the movie came about, actually?
In December, I was working a fashion show for Joanka, the knitwear brand. And after like the fashion show, I just was like saying hello to my friends and saying hello to people. And like 2 or 3 people came to me. I don't know, it's really a blur now. But it was the director and Lola, who is also the cinematographer on set. And like they told me, okay, we're doing this movie. We would like you to audition. Do you have acting experiences? And I was like, yeah. I went to film school back at home. I've done like 3 movies before now. Sure. And they're like, okay, we'll take your email, we'll take your number, we'll send you the details. And they did. And from December, I have like gone through so many audition processes and so many rehearsals online and physical. And we started shooting like 2-3 weeks ago. So yeah, that was how it came to be.
Nice. Is it like a short movie or
It's a feature film, like a full-length movie.
Full-length movie?
Yeah.
Wow. So cool.
Yeah, and I was even lucky to get my part because I think it was meant to be played by a drag queen from France. But I think scheduling conflicts or something, but I got the role, thank God. And they had to like not rewrite the character. But now she comes from Nigeria. So basically I'm kind of playing myself on set, but not all of me. So I think it will be up to the audience to determine which one is my real life and which one is just a character.
Super exciting. Do you know when is it coming out?
Not yet. Because we're still filming. I'll wrap up my filming days this weekend, but they're still shooting till mid-April. So filming is still ongoing. It's production right now.
So it might be next year or something.
Yeah, or maybe late this year.
Yeah. Could you share with us your queer journey?
Okay, like I always like tell people, I didn't have like an epiphany. I feel like it's always been me. My mother had 3 sons before me, but my father also has like 10 before me. So all in total now, my mom has 5 kids and my father has 12 kids in total. So I have 11 brothers. But I've always like kind of felt like a girl. And my parents also sort of, my mom treated me like that, like her only daughter, sort of. Because I would be in charge of my brothers. When she's traveling, I would be in charge of the house. I would cook. One time she went to Saudi Arabia for the pilgrimage because my father is Muslim. My mom is Christian, but he tried to like convert her and stuff. And I was like 16 at this time. I had just finished high school. But I was like driving my kid brother to school. I was taking care of my brother. I had the money. If they needed money, they had to come to me and I had to approve. And I was like cooking for my father and things like that. But the earliest of my queer journey was when I was 9 years old. I would go to church and pray every day for 5 years till I was 14 to wake up as a woman. Because I felt like something was wrong deep inside. I was like, the way I feel doesn't really match the exterior kind of. So I would go to church, cry on the altar. And after church, my mom would ask me like, why were you crying? What were you asking God for that was that serious? And I was like, I don't know. I was just like praying for academics and stuff. But when I was like 14 and nothing had changed, I realized like, okay, God didn't make a mistake. I feel like this is just going to be my life experience. but I never identified with being a boy or being male or something like that.
Mhm.
I just like continued my life. And shortly after, when I was 17, in 2019, I like saved up money and took myself to a modeling academy. And I had like modeling experience. Like they teach you stuff and things about the industry. And in 2020, COVID hit, and I was like attending classes online and stuff. And I saw like this advertisement for a pageant. And I just like put my money into it again by myself because I was scared to ask my parents. I mean, my mom has always supported me in whatever because she's like one of my biggest supporters.
Oh, I love that.
She believes in me so much, even more than I believe in myself. Because when I tell her something, she's gonna be like, I trust you. You're like my only child that I fully trust because I feel like you have your shit together and I don't. But back to the story. I went for the pageant and I won. They supported me right at the end. They voted for me, things like that, and I won. And I feel like that was like the beginning of my journey. Because during my interview with like a management that was supposed to manage me for like a year, I told them like, okay, I do not like identify as like him, and it was a shocker to them. But thankfully, they were like kind of supportive. So I told them like I would like to use they them pronouns, and I would also do androgynous, and it just kickstarted from there. I would find gigs for myself. I would do photo shoot for myself. I would do collabs for myself. They were even barely working for me. I was like doing everything for myself, but with their brand, you know. And they supported that. And my mom also like she didn't have any weird reaction to that. When my brothers bring it up to like mock me or to like things like that, she was just like, it's fashion. Like he's just in fashion.
Oh my gosh, she's so cool.
I know. Like there were even like points where my brothers like made jokes of like, you know, locking me up in a room with like 10 girls, like so that they can make me act more manly and things like that. And she would flare up against that. But that time I just like was doing my own thing. The conversation of being a trans woman was always at the back of my mind, but I wasn't sure I was going to go about that.
This was still back at home.
It was still back at home.
Right.
This was when I was 18. It was at the back of my mind. I didn't know how to go through it. Not because I didn't have trans friends, but I just didn't know how it was going to go for me. First, I always like thought about my mother and how she would react. And like, I was studying law. I didn't know how that was going to work for my like career. I mean, I knew I didn't want to like practice law in the main like way. My reason for studying law was for human rights and women and like support like minority rights and things like that. And that is still like
cool.
things I want to do later. So during that time I was just doing my own thing, and I'd always kind of done drag. Since I was young, I would put on a dress, put on my mom's hair, dance around the house, record myself and send videos to my friends. One of my friends gave me a name that time, and it was Diana with the sexy pants. But in 2020 also, the year I won the pageants, that was the first time I ever saw a drag race. And I was like, okay, this is what I do. So it's called drag. So that was like kind of my first outlet to experiencing myself and kind of living as a woman. Because then I didn't even have like a lot of gigs. Ballroom was just starting in Nigeria and I was part of that. And I would perform in drag in ballroom. I was using she her pronouns to meet people. People would ask me my gender. I would tell them like trans non-binary and things like that. And that was just my outlet to doing all of that. And fast forward to just moving here in 2024 for my master's. I'd accomplished so much in like my self-identity and all of that I had like known who I am. But I would always like tell my friends if I wanted to transition, like fully get medically transitioning or socially, I wanted to do it from a comfortable place in my life. I was just deceiving myself because I did my master's. I finished it in June 2025. And after then, I was like looking for employment, trying to like find ways to work. And my visa was to stay here was expiring in August. So I didn't know what to do. I had no plans. I had nothing to do. And miraculously, I just applied for the job seeking visa because I didn't have money to do that. But I just like borrowed money from everyone thanks to the community. That just like my friends came through, the community came through, and I just like had the money in my account. I could show proof of funds, and I applied for the visa and I got it. And then I was working out in the factory in Instagram where I had to wake up at 3 a.m., travel 2 hours, walk 12 hours, get back home at 1 a.m. at midnight. And it was such a fucking crazy, sorry. It was such a crazy time. It was very difficult for me. And one day in September, I just had like a terrible breakdown in my room. I couldn't work in the factory anymore because my student ID had expired because I'd finished school in June. So there was nowhere for me to go. There was nothing for me to do. And I just like told myself, like, no decision in my life has ever come to me at an easy point. And if I want to like fully like start living my life this way, I have to start doing it now. And I just like decided. And it wasn't a problem for the people around me. Just anyways, they used my name, they used she, her pronouns. And just I called my friends and told them like, okay, this is what is going to happen. And the first step I took was like piercing my ears because I would always been afraid of that because I'm like, okay, I don't want to make any permanent change to my body that in case like, I don't know, things don't work out and I have to like live my life as a boy or like, please society in a way. But I've never been society pleaser. I've always been going against the mold and like trying to break through. And my friends accepted me wholeheartedly. And in December, one of the trans women here like gave me a stash of estrogen. Like, okay, I'm not an estrogen right now, and I'm just gonna give you this. And she basically helps me started transitioning medically. And in January, I became the process of doing it legally for myself, which is very hard in Hungary. So I had to like pay a lot of money. I had to get like the documents I needed. I just like take the documents to Vienna where I could finally get my prescriptions legally. So yeah, that is where we are today.
Lovely. Wow, it's such a nice summary. You really like, I feel like you really thought about it, how it goes from A to B. Lovely.
Thank you.
Nice. So you cannot get your medicine here right now, right?
No, it's way difficult because like you have to go through the national health system who can reject you or accept you, and it takes a longer while. And not many people have that, and not many people have the money also. And
Right.
I also do not have the Hungarian national health system. I do not have the insurance. So it would be way difficult for me to go through that. So yeah.
Right. Sad to hear, but happy that you found a way.
Thank you.
That is good. Do you practice your religion? How's that for you? Like, since you were realized you're queer, did it change in any way?
Honestly, I grew up in a religious home, sort of, but not like in a religious home where they force you to be religious. My mom was a Christian, or is a Christian, and my father is Muslim. So we had like, and my grandparents do worship like traditional gods in our culture. So it was like a whole salad of religion, and they kind of don't force you. My mother will encourage you to go to church. My father built a mosque in our house, so he also encourages you to pray. He even attaches rewards to praying and things like that. And I did go to Arabic school. I learned the Bible in high school. I did all of that. But religion has just never been for me. I mean, I am very spiritual. I believe in God. I believe in nature. There's also something in my cultural belief I believe in, which is your head. I believe your head is the superior God to be worshipped, which means you worship yourself. And if you go through the religious books, which says God created you in his likeness, it also encourages you to worship yourself and take care of yourself and your spiritual well-being. And that is essentially what I do. So I do not practice any Abrahamic religions. But occasionally, I do love Christian gospel music and I listen to it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in my household, we grew up with music. My mother loves to sing. We love to sing when we're eating, when we're cooking. Everything is like surrounded by music. So I still do that a lot.
What do you listen to other than gospel?
Oh, it's like the Nigerian gospel songs. So, and my mother also sends me prayers every day. Like I wake up to a voice note sending me prayers every day. So there's that.
Oh my God. She's so sweet.
And she does that to all of our kids. Everyone. All 5 of us. Everyone in.
Wow, that is so lovely.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask about drag. So that was sort of the first thing that was like very affirming for you, if I understood it correctly.
I mean, like I said, I'd always done it, but like in the corners of my room. I didn't even know what it was called. It was just like an outlet, an expression for me. When I was home alone, when I was sad, I would just put on dress, put on makeup. And then the first time I saw the first episode of Drag Race in 2020, I was like, okay, this has a name to it. Like, this is what it is called. So I wasn't influenced by any TV show. It's just always been a thing I did. But watching that series was what made me put a name to it. And then it just became like a platform for me. And that is why one of my pillars in drag is like, to lift up people, to, encourage people, or to make them sad, or to make them cry. I like to evoke emotions, whether it's being sexy, which is what I always kind of do. Or
Yes.
sometimes when I perform like ballads and like, make people feel the essence of the song. So for me, like drag was a lifesaver. It was like first my outlet. I don't even like if there was another name for it, I would use that because it is truly an art form. But it was also self-expression for me in the beginning. I didn't even know it was an art form that could be monetized in the first place. So yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't like you saw it and then you resonated with it and then you started doing it, but it was actually
I saw it,
so.
I identified what I already did, and I was like,
Mhm,
okay, and that is the
mhm,
name to it. That is
mhm,
the commercial name for it. So yeah.
mhm. Was there something like a show or I don't know cartoons, whatever, what really resonated with you and you remember like it was sort of a awakening moment for you back in the day or something you were suspiciously obsessed with?
Like when I was younger,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I mean, not really. I'd always loved. Now she's cancelled, so I don't know if I should say her name.
yeah.
I'd always loved her when I was younger, but I also loved Beyonce.
Mm,
But one time during high school, I watched American Horror Story
mm.
Hotel, and I saw Lady Gaga as the Countess, and that is where my name Countess comes from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was watching Lady Gaga
Wow.
be the Countess in American Horror Story, and
Mm.
that was just what resonated with me. But I didn't like honestly, I didn't have like any queer awakening. It was just I woke up, realized I was queer. I was having a boyfriend next door when I was fucking 6.
Wait, you just woke up and you realized you were
Like
queer.
I just realized, okay, I'm alive and I'm queer. Like I there was a boy when we were 6 years old and he was my boyfriend. You couldn't tell me anything.
So cool.
I
Wow.
would share my money with him. I would take my food to his house. Like that was my man. But honestly, I had no question in
Love.
me whatsoever about
Hmm, hmm,
who I was and what I liked. It was just about, reconciling that with my reality
hmm,
at the moment. So
hmm. Because so many, I also went through some very awkward phase when I really tried to be heterosexual and just like fit in very much. So you skipped that.
I never had that.
So nice.
Never, never.
Wow. Could you maybe tell us a little bit about like dragon where it comes from? We talked about it a little bit,
Yeah.
but maybe if you could share like because I think it so
Yeah.
many people has like a mess in their head because it didn't start with RuPaul.
No, it definitely did not.
Yeah.
I feel like it's very difficult to pinpoint the history of drag because drag is a natural occurrence,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like. See, for
Right.
example, like I said, I'd always done drag before I even saw the reality TV show. But most people relate drag to starting from William Shakespeare and his plays, and that could be true for some people.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure for queer and trans people everywhere, like in the United States, it started as a means of survival,
Mm-hmm.
just the same way ballroom started
Mm-hmm.
as a means for community and things like that.
Right.
So I feel like we cannot pinpoint the issue of drag, but we should normalize like drag being a natural occurrence for most people.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is the issue of that drag.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone probably just woke up and said and went to a bar and said, okay, I'm gonna dress up like a woman and perform a song today, and I'm gonna make you feel something. I'm gonna tell you a joke while I'm putting on a dress, and I'm gonna make you feel something. And that is why you cannot put drag in a box of like only a man can do drag or only a woman can do drag or etc. Drag is for everyone.
Yeah.
Drag is for you to, put on a persona that you kind of feel at the moment is higher than your current persona. I do not control it, but I feel like when I'm in drag, it's not a different person. It's the same person, but it's a different persona. The way I carry myself is a little bit different
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like I'm doing a service, not necessarily a job.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I have a purpose at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? So yeah.
Mm. Well, I saw Sasha perform. It's amazing. You have to see it one
Thank
day.
you.
What do you think about if drag is political? We also talked
Oh
a
yeah.
little bit about that.
Drag is very
Curious.
political.
Yeah.
Drag is the sheer fact that you put on a pound of makeup, put on dress. Some people wear hip pads. That is you saying fuck you to gender in the first place.
Yes.
And that is very political.
Yes, I agree.
Like, do you understand?
Yeah.
The basis of you doing drag is political to the T. So you cannot erase drag and being political. It's for you saying to society that fuck you to what you expect of me as a man. And fuck you to what you expect women to be as women. Like women can be whatever they want to be. They can be funny, they can be sexy, they can be whatever they want to be. And men can
Exactly.
also do whatever they want. They can wear whatever they want. And so can non-binary people. Like everyone can just live, be. It's a spectrum. We shouldn't try to box each other. So drag is very political. And then we take it a step further by using drag to advocate for rights of trans people, and using drag to advocate for rights of minorities, or like using drag as a political statement for against war criminals and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you cannot separate drag and politics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like also you can separate art in general from politics.
Exactly. Art inherently is politics, and drag is art.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And also like I feel like people who have a platform to talk to a bigger community or to an audience have a responsibility.
They do. And this is looking to certain people who wouldn't recognize their responsibility. It's very sad that, at this age and time, you have a very huge platform and you're choosing not to educate the kids, and not even just the kids, the outsiders who are there hoping to learn something from you, and you're just failing everyone. You should do better.
I also wanted to ask you about your experience of living here. Be honest. You don't need to be nice at all.
Honestly, it's been, I don't want to say a terrible experience, but it's not been the greatest. But it's been the greatest in terms of the people I have around me. Like when I just moved here, I had nothing but my savings from all the work I did back at home. I hoped that I would get a job anywhere, somewhere. I did not. For like my entire 1 year of doing my master's, I was living on my own pockets and living on the stipend I was getting from my university. I do not get much support from home, not because I don't want it, but my mom has like a lot of responsibilities. She has 4 other kids. Granted, two of my brothers are married and they have their own family. But my mom is someone that supports everyone to the T. And she has siblings, and she's also like the breadwinner of her family. And she has her own business to run. And I've always had a soft spot for her that I don't want to be a problem. I want to be a piece. Do you understand? So I've always kind of fend for myself. So trying to do that when I got here, looking for jobs, because like I was almost certain that when I get here, I would get a job. I finished one of the tops in my class back in Nigerian law. I have like a certificate from film school for art direction and production design. I have amazing modeling experience. I have like 2 course certificates in project management. I was like, what would go wrong? Like,
that is crazy.
I could get a job in a minute. And then I was just like struggling. But God blessed me with a really nice community of like personal close friends. I were there in Udu. I would always cherish those people forever. Like the 2 of them, like they've been like the support system since they knew me. And there's also like my trans sisters of like Rose, Fana, Jules, Villa, and so many other people. And there's Ballroom, there's Nikki, there's Connie. Like everyone has just like, surrounded me. And like I told you earlier, like it's very hard for me to talk about myself and my problems, but sometimes you just tell one person and you go tell the others, which is kind of crazy. But it's in good spirits, just like, and then like everyone just like surrounds you, try to help. And sometimes I'm like, do I even deserve all of this? Like, I don't know what I've done to deserve it, but this community, and you have to appreciate that. And I would do the same for other people, and I do the same for other people in my own capacity and my own capability. So my entire survival here has been them. Like when I quit the factory job last year, I had only a month's rent. I didn't know where the next month's rent was going to come from.
Right.
But miraculously, like one of my friends, Maria, we were just hanging out at the bar, and she was like, "You should perform here. I'm going to link you up with the owner." And she did. And pause by where I perform now. And we had a meeting.
That's pause?
That is pause.
Wow.
Literally. And we had the meeting and we like talked about payments and stuff. And it's not a huge payment because I didn't want to do the show alone. And that's why I brought Lila on. But by being meticulous, putting my money together, I would have a month's rent and some left for myself. And I travel the world to perform, but before I'm done performing, I have to pay my flight, I have to pay feeding, I have to pay rent. I was just like surviving from a paycheck to paycheck. Still now, till now, like, but it was just very miraculous that happened to me after quitting the factory job. And I was like, I don't know where next month's rent is gonna come from. but I do believe it's gonna come. That is why my friends tell me that I'm insane, and that is also why my mom tells me, "I trust you. You're gonna figure it out." Because I kind of always do, but
You do, yeah.
and I'm honestly like my move to Berlin. I have no plans. I'm just like, I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
So yeah, it's just been that, honestly. So my stay has been terrible systematically, but in terms of the people that I surround myself with, it's been the best time ever.
That is amazing.
That the people are the most thing that I'll miss about this place. That is what makes me sad, because moving here from Nigeria, I had to leave a community back at home, and I feel like I'm about to do that again. I'm getting emotional. That is like the most difficult part of the entire process, and but yeah. Like my friends are saying, like it's gonna be a nice move, and finally I'll be able to start a life. Like
you're still so young, so do you need a tissue?
Maybe.
Did you, by the way, find the community like right away, or how's that came about?
It's crazy.
School or something?
I used to go to Alter Ego by myself when I came here, because that was like my first queer club. We don't have gay clubs in Nigeria. I mean, we have like queer parties and stuff, but we don't have a club that is designated to queer people. So I used to go to Alter Ego alone. And one night I met someone who is now who I call my daughter now, Fadi from Lebanon. And like he came up to me and he was like, "Your face is so fab." And I was like, "Thank you." He was like, "Oh, you should walk ballroom." And I was like, I used to walk bars back at home. I was like part of the pioneers for ballroom in Nigeria. Like, yeah. He was like, "Oh, there's someone here you should meet then." And there was Nikki at the club. And I went to Nikki and he said the same thing. It was like, "Are you here alone?" I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Okay, join us." And that was how I joined them. But before then, I had met Polly on Tinder. They've moved to Belgium now. And they connected me with Corny and Ruby. And I like told them like, I've done ballroom before. We used to do ballroom in Nigeria, but we had not met physically. And I remember the first function I attended here was like a month after I got here in October 2024. And I had a fucking LSS, and it was so fucking crazy. Like, and that was just how we began. Like, that was how I got to meet people, be part of the community, travel for other bars. And yeah, that's just how the community started. It just expanded from there. From ballroom, I met Awada, who I mentioned earlier. That is one of my closest friends. From Fadi, we went to King together. I met Udu briefly, and then I met Udu again from Awada. And now the three of us are like Destiny's Child or something. And you know, I just like met everyone else, and yeah, that's been the journey. Yeah.
So it was like rather easy to find community.
Thankfully,
then. Yeah.
Thankfully.
Nice. Yeah. Love that. At least I guess it's. I mean, it's hard to balance out the systematic bullshit that is going on, but at least it's if you have a closer circle.
Yeah, and let me just also add that is why these spaces are important. I mean, some of these spaces are problematic now, but that is why we should be encouraged to create welcoming space for people from all areas of life, because we're in a world where migration is, you know, constant now.
Yeah.
Even without terrible government, everyone just want to move to somewhere else for new experiences.
Yeah.
So we should have like on-ground community ready to welcome them, to accept them, to help them, you know, embrace the culture and everything. So that is why I will always advocate for queer spaces. And that is what my show is every Wednesday. That is what I tell everyone. This is a community. We're glad that you're here. Just bring your friends. Like, let them get to know people. I've met so many people from just doing my show. I've met so many people from going out every Friday and Saturday nights. So yeah, we should also be encouraged to go to these spaces regardless.
I think something is happening now in Budapest, I feel like, and I think your shows on Wednesday is also part of that and creating that space.
I'm also gonna miss that a lot. Yeah. But the show is not gonna cancel. Lila is gonna be in charge. So yeah.
Yes. Every Wednesdays?
Every Wednesdays,
yes. I'm gonna be there tomorrow. Bringing my best friend. Yes. Love those. I do think there's some changes going on, that there are more queer spaces.
Yeah.
I mean, people are trying to create more spaces because we do need each other.
We do. We're all we've got, like literally.
Literally.
We're all we've got. So we should be encouraged to, you know, be there for each other, talk to each other, anger with each other, support each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I really want to highlight that the whole community should support each other.
The whole community,
Please.
no segregation.
Please. Yes. Yes. At least we already have so much hate around us.
Yeah, we do.
I'm so done with transphobes, and also within the lesbian community, the TERFs, and just like entitled gay man just hating on
And there are
others.
problematic trans people too.
Yeah.
This way,
Yeah. Just calm the fuck down. Just be kind and love each other, please.
Yeah.
Is that too much to ask?
It is not. Like,
For real.
love is free. Everybody say love in the words of RuPaul.
Yes. Yes. And yeah, it's literally, as you said, it's all we got. I mean, we already have so much stress and
Yeah.
so much bullshit that is going on in this fucked up world right now. So yeah. Anyways, I wrote down a few other questions if you're comfortable talking about them.
Sure, hit me.
What has your experience been like navigating life between Nigeria and Hungary? Well, you kind of explained that, but do you miss home, or how much do you miss home? I'm sure you do.
I miss home, but like it's like I miss specifics about home.
Like
my friends,
yeah, right,
my mom,
right. Of course.
the sea. I miss the beach.
Oh my god, yeah,
so much. But I also miss like just the community I had, and I feel like just like Budapest now, we were trying to create something back then. I mean, kudos to the people back at home; they're still doing that to create like queer friendly spaces, because the crackdown on queer people in Nigeria is way harder here back at home than it is here. Rather, like they kill queer people, they throw them from story buildings, like. And people dance over queer people dying. It is fucking inhuman. But I do miss, putting my life on the edge just to like show someone that you're not alone. Because I would not lie back home because of like the things I did. And when I started early, I had access to certain spaces. And I would make sure to go to those spaces and be obviously queer. And it is important to do that.
Yeah.
But also in the process of doing that, my life was on the line. But I did not mind because, if a young person who is doubting themselves could just see me and realize that, this is not a fallacy. I didn't have so many queer icons to look up to when I was young, except one person, which is really Edun. Except that one person. And even till today, we have more queer personalities, thankfully. But we don't have very much, how should I say, non-problematic queer personalities. And we need so much more of that everywhere. So that is what I miss, being able to build community. But like I told you earlier, I co-founded an NGO back at home, so queer people with employment and learning skills and things like that. And I hope with that we will have more, reputation of queer people to look up to in the nearest future. So yeah,
that is beautiful. Yeah, representation can really save lives. So is it dangerous to have these things you do back at home, like the funding and stuff? Like how as a privileged European can imagine that?
It is dangerous in the sense that first we have the scenario of police brutality. First, I should mention that the law that criminalizes homosexuality in Nigeria does not criminalize being homosexual.
Okay.
It criminalizes homosexual gatherings. It criminalizes having homosexual sex. Like it criminalizes having oral sex. So it's like a very skeptical law. But Nigeria has an enforcement problem currently, which is because of the mere existence of the law, the police can harass you and extort you, and the people can kill you and jungle justice. And
the people, so they like
the society.
Okay.
They perform jungle justice. If someone, like recently, a 23-year-old man was thrown from 3-story building and he died in the hospital. And when they realized he died, they were fucking singing and parading the streets.
Oh my
But
God.
thankfully, we have like queer NGOs that have legal teams that are fighting that. But the process is still not very favorable to queer people back home. It is still a fucking, nightmare to witness. It is dangerous. One time I was filming a movie back in Nigeria. And from there I had to go judge a ball. And I was in my taxi in drag with my huge afro hair and my longest denim gown. And thank God I'm kind of passing. But the police did stop us, and my manager was in the car. And he has to like show them his press ID, like, oh no, she's a celebrity, she's going somewhere. Imagine people who don't have access to that. When we have underground bars, so many people come from very remote areas in Nigeria and they have to hide their outfits in their bags and travel all the way in public transport, which is even dangerous for a common man, talk less of queer people. And they had to change the bar. And right after the bar, they take off their mug and like they have to travel back at home.
Mm-hmm.
And the people who dare to live their life, even on social media publicly, they get clowned for it. They get mocked for it. They get eight crimes.
Mm-hmm.
I've been here for 2 years. I've not been at home. But when I post on my Twitter, Nigerians still send me death threats. Nigerians still wish me death.
Oh my God.
Like some of my posts on Twitter are filled with people telling me they wish I die. We have a fucking terrible government that most people are not even saying anything about, but they care more about me, a trans woman living my life, to just follow down and die, or for them to find me in the corner and just kill me.
Is it because of religious reasons?
It is religious reasons because, you know, the issue of Nigeria is very queer, just like the issue of everywhere. The issue of Africa is very queer. We've had queer ancestors. Nigeria had like a trans king back in the days. We have a term for gay people. We have a term for trans people. Like, it exists in our history. Even when you consult the Oracle, it doesn't criminalize or ostracize queer people. Do you understand? So the problem is lack of education on our proper history, which is an effect of colonialism and westernization of religions. So most people use that as their excuse. Even the people that claim it's a moral excuse, it's a lie. It's religious because deep down they don't really care about moral. Because these people would defend rapists, they would defend criminals, they would defend rapists, they would defend, you know, men who've taken a femicide on their female partners, things like that. So it's never moral. It's always just a lie, just to attack queer people, and it's always like also an effect of propaganda because we had the government back in Nigeria, good luck Ebele Jonathan, back in the days. It was one that introduced the Same-Sex Prohibition Act. So those people will double down. There will be propaganda in the media and things like that.
So it's also heavily encouraged by the government.
Yeah. I mean, currently, thankfully, not, but the law still exists. But you know, the mere fact, like I said before, that the law exists, people use it as an excuse, and they also use the holy books. They choose and pick and choose,
right?
And they say Sodom and Gomorrah, forgetting that Sodom and Gomorrah was taken out because of rape, and they support rape and they encourage rape, and it's just a fucking nightmare. So look,
oh my God, do you feel like it did get better a little bit lately?
Back at home?
Yeah, like society-wide, like how people act towards.
I mean, I haven't been there in 2 years, but in terms of media, no, not really. Because like I told you, just like 2-3 months ago, someone was killed. And so many people like that we don't even get to hear of. Like, I lost one of my trans sisters in December 2023, not because of government violence, but, you know, the response from the media, from people online because of that was insane. One of my trans sisters back at home also, she just disappeared out of thin air. We never heard from her. Till today, we don't know her whereabouts. So it's I don't know. It's a fucking crazy reality.
So sorry to hear.
Yeah.
It's crazy that these things still actively happening. I wanted to also ask about the good parts of your culture. So we balance it out a little bit. Like, I'm sure you can list multiple of those, but you still carry with you actively.
Nigeria is very multicultural. So we have like 200 tribes, over 200 tribes, and over 500 languages. But I come from the Yoruba culture, which is one of the stunning tribes. Don't get me wrong, all of the tribes are fucking gorgeous. I admire every single tribe. But we love to party, which is like one of the biggest things. Everything is a celebration for us. And we love to cook. And we love to dress like in very elegant, over the top ways. And I just miss that. Right? Like my mom sends me videos of her going to parties and she has like huge gele and it's so pretty and I miss that. And you know, all the traditional festivals of like worshipping the river and like just like seeing tons of people fly in from over the world to celebrate that. And the festivals and I do miss that so much. But I brought the food with me because I'm always making Nigerian dishes. So I have that part of my culture with me. And the language is also, we consider Yoruba a very romantic language because it is sweet to hear. But it is also a very insultive language. It is very sweet to insult people in Yoruba. Like, Hungarians curse a lot.
Yeah.
But insulting people in Yoruba is top tier. because it doesn't even have to make sense.
Okay.
It's just the sound of it that, just blows your mind away. So I do miss that, getting to banter with people. But I also do that with Aweda because it's from the same culture as me. So we get to do that sometimes. So yeah.
Nice. Love that. Do you plan on going home?
Oh, I hope so. That's all I can say. I hope so. But I need to, be financially stable, also be stable in Europe before I can, make a decision to, go back home. But if I can't go home anytime soon, I would love to invite my mom over here. That is also something that's on my mind. So yeah.
She sounds like such a lovely person.
She is an amazing person.
I also wrote down, what's something about your experience being Nigerian and living here that people often get wrong, or they have like misconceptions about it?
I don't really think there's any. I feel like there's nothing specific to Nigerians. I feel like people just have like a natural misconceptions to Black people, Africans. But we don't live in huts. We live in mansions. We have very nice cities. We have beautiful cities. We have everything that Europe has. It is an organized continent that has organized countries also. So yeah.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Like some people are like, yeah, Africa is like everyone's so poor.
And we don't say goo goo gaga. Like,
oh my god.
Some people come up to me and say, your English is so nice. I'm like, yeah, because I was colonized by the British. And the official language in my country is English. Like, this was my first language. How can I tell you?
Your English is so nice.
Like, where did you learn? Let's go.
Just growing up.
Home.
Oh my god.
Like, all of our certificates, everything, all the documents are in English. So it's our language, essentially. We're native English speakers.
Do you have like something you already have prepared for these kind of stupid ass interactions, or does it always surprise you? Or
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I always like just say, "Oh, thank you. I'm a native English speaker." Like, oh, she expects. I was like, "Oh, you sound very British," and I'm like, "I wonder why." Because my curriculum at school was British.
I wonder why. Oh my god. I can't even imagine how many interactions like this you had. Like,
oh my god, it's way too many that I can't even count. Because like, I'm like, do you have educational system? Like,
yeah, like...
I wonder why. It's like telling like a Senegalese person, you speak amazing French. Like, thank you, I guess. I didn't have a choice.
Also, the entitlement people have, like, why just not like, stay quiet or something? But then they feel like, oh, I'm gonna tell this to her.
Right.
I have something to say.
I have something to say to you. Your English is perfect. Innit?
That's crazy. Oh my god. Moving on to what people asked you on Instagram. So the first one is, what's something people often misunderstand about being a trans woman of color?
I feel like, that question is first a question of how people see Black people. People think Black people are very strong. And a lot of men think about that, about Black trans women. They think you want to be dominant. They just immediately associate dominance with you. And I'm sorry, I'm anemic. I can barely do anything for myself. I'm just a girl. Like, I want everything done for me and to me. I have no strength to want to do anything. So I feel like that's one of the things. And so many men, because like, also of the stereotype that, this is like 18 rated, but like genitalia, they feel like, you're about to intimidate them with a genitalia. I'm like, I don't even use that anyway. Like, that is just a problem. I don't know why that is a problem for you. But
okay,
it's a very stereotypical thing because like at first they assume your dominance, and then second, they assume you're going to intimidate them in bed. Like, I don't want to do any of that. Like, if we're being casual, let's just have a good time. It is very random. One time on one of the apps, I was like talking to someone, and he was like, I don't like Black people. Okay. Do you want a cookie?
What the fuck were they expecting?
And then another time, I was talking to someone, and he was like, oh my God, you must be like a golden prize here in Hungary. I'm sure you don't face any racism. And this was a white man. And I was like, you don't get to tell me about my experience. And he was like, oh, you shouldn't consider people being cold to you as racism. Trust me, Hungarians don't care. And I kept telling him, like, stop trying to tell me about my own lived experience. And he was mansplaining me the entire time.
Of course he was.
And I was like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm sorry.
Block. No.
No.
The entitlement.
Right.
Oh.
And I keep telling you, like, you're not the black one. I am the black person. And I'm telling you about my experience. And you're trying to mansplain me. And he was giving me so many scenarios. And I was just like, okay, like, I'm not doing this. It's like blocked. No, not today, Satan.
No, goodbye. I would say I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised at all. Especially that you're talking about men.
Men, exactly. Men are super random. So, yeah.
Yeah. How was dating for you, if I may ask? Like, is it always like that?
I haven't.
Do you have any good experience?
When I moved here, I reconnected with my ex-boyfriend from back in Nigeria, but he lives in Sweden. We connected in September and ended the relationship in December 2024. And since then, I have not dated seriously. I have gone on dates with a lot of men. I mean, it hasn't been like that. No, I can't lie. Some have been very peachy, some have been very nice. But I also just feel like most of them that didn't go as planned was just because so many men these days is very scared of commitment. They just want to like try out everything out there, or just keep you as like a casual partner. And so many men also want to keep you as a secret because you're trans. So it's a whole lot of beefs, and I'm not in for any of that. So I've been very single since I've been here.
I get that. Is that it's very common, I guess. I also talked about it with Lila that they are not even out at all, but they are getting to know actively queer people. So it's like, what the hell?
Yeah. And most men are like dating a trans woman. It's like, it's no big deal, but you can't go with my friends because they're going to think I'm gay. If you think you're gay, then you're gay, but like, you're not gay because of me. I'm not the reason you're gay.
Exactly.
Stop blaming me for that.
Grow up.
Grow some pears.
Yeah, exactly. Another question was, what does community mean to you and how has that changed over time?
Like I said, I've had an amazing community here. And I feel like back at home, I also had a community. So in that experience, I would like say community is a group of people who, you can call them your friends, even though you don't text each other every day, even though you don't, hang out every other day. But when you do hang out or when someone needs help in the community, you're willing to stand up for each other. You're willing to, be there for each other. You're willing to support each other in your endeavors and, just be friends, be backbones. That's what I was looking for. You're willing to be like a backbone for someone who needs that so bad. So I feel like that is what that would be like for me. But I've always had an amazing experience with community because in most of my life journey, I've always been like the outlier. So it's always like being a community that's been like a support system for me. So yeah.
What would you wish for the queer community to do better at, or like how to organize themselves?
For us to realize that we're all one and the same, even if we have like different, how should I say, wants and needs. Like there's like a certain movement that's getting traction online, which is the LGBT. It's crazy. Like, where are you putting T? The queer community cannot essentially exist without the trans community.
Literally.
The queer community today would not have any rights without the trans community. And there are also like very tough lesbians who feel like trans women don't belong in women's spaces. It's like no real trans woman is a threat to any woman at any certain point. Like a trans woman is as much as a threat to a cis woman as any other cis woman would be to another cis woman. Like, do you understand? If you feel like a trans woman is like, I don't know, I don't even want to say beat you up because that is extreme. No one is beating anybody up. Like I said, I couldn't throw a punch, but like, I don't want to throw a punch against any sisters, like, except we're getting into
Why
arguments.
would you? That's such a...
Like, do you understand?
Bullshit.
No one wants to do that. So it's just, we're all women at the end of the day. And what we need protection from is men. That's what we have to realize.
The patriarchy.
The patriarchy. Like, the common denominator is the patriarchy. Like, no trans woman is taking anything away from any cis woman. Like, nothing at all. Nothing that belongs to you is going to go to another person, cis or trans. Do you understand?
Fact. I don't get, like, how you call yourself a feminist, but you exclude some women. Like,
right.
I just don't understand. Also, like, where do you have the energy from? I mean, you're fighting against patriarchy and it's such a like fucked up system, which is like just so strong, and yeah, it's takes a toll on your everyday life.
Yeah.
And then you have the energy to still like find someone else to hate on. It's like crazy to me. Like, just chill. Like, we already have so much to fight against.
Yeah.
And then they're like always like so loud. They're always the loudest. That's what I'm not
They
saying.
are. They are. It's insane.
Yeah.
But in that regards, we should give some shout out to the lesbians who see trans women as women and treats them as women and love them as women. And the trans mask who do that, and the non-binary people, because they're the pillars of the community. Because a lot of my friends, when I complain about men, they're like, just be lesbian. And I make a joke these days. I'm like, I'm lesbian on Wednesdays. It's just, it's very cool. Like, honestly, when you think of it, accepting anyone does not take away from you. And it doesn't take you to rewire your brain in anything. It's just the way you see them. It's the way you treat them. Respect is reciprocal. If you're disrespecting someone, they're going to disrespect you right back.
Exactly. And it's just fucking exhausting.
It's very exhausting.
Yeah.
It is very exhausting.
Yeah. You give hate, you, in some ways, you're going to get hate
Get it back.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
It goes in cycle.
Yeah. Yeah. I just really don't see the point. It really angers me because we're already like a small community and so like...
And we're very marginalized.
Yeah.
So, being marginalized within your own community is insane.
Yeah.
It is very, very insane.
It's literally insane.
It's unfathomable. Like,
exactly. Why the fuck? It's already like, I just don't understand like how you go through being different and all this experience of like not really fitting in, but wanting to, but not, and then having to come out and all the struggle that comes with and blah blah blah, and then someone else has to go through that.
And you turn around and do the same to another person.
Honestly, look in the mirror.
Like there's also a saying back home that sometimes the oppressed just wants to stop being oppressed so they can oppress other people. They do not want oppression to end. They just want to stop being oppressed so they can oppress other people. And the cycle of oppression doesn't end that way.
What is the fucking psychology here? Like, is it?
They don't want to be the oppressed. They wish to be the oppressor. That is
so they can position themselves higher.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
it's crazy.
Go to therapy. I swear to God.
Right.
Really, I will never get this part. I also was thinking about this and then came to the conclusion that it's so sad how I feel like they also do it because they want to be the normal queer, the normal lesbian, the normal gay. Like, I'm the majority. I'm not that kind of faggot.
The people that hate trans women, trust me, when it gets convenient, they're gonna call you flaws as a lesbian or as a gay person. Because trust me, if someone is not open enough to accept trans people as normal people, they don't see you as normal. They're just tolerating you.
Yeah.
So if someone is not accepting all the way of other people, they're not accepting all the way of you either. They're just tolerating you for the time being. So none of us are free until all of us are free.
Facts. Disappointing, really.
It is very disappointing. It is.
Yeah. I really thought when I was younger that finding the community was such a relief. It still is, don't get me wrong. Love the community down really with my whole heart. But it's just very disappointing that in some parts this is happening. Because also since like I'm organizing events and stuff like this, I really thought this will like goes relatively smoothly.
Yeah.
And it kind of does, but I encounter people like this and it's just like, we're not trying to change the system or like, fully tell you what to do or what not, but just be nice.
Exactly.
Like, is it really hard to ask?
It costs nothing to be nice.
Exactly.
Being nice costs nothing.
Yeah, and it's not like we have like a million safe places and then we can just go to the other one.
Exactly. We don't.
Yeah.
If you even look now, the government is shutting down party places, which are like safe places for some queer people also.
Yeah.
We're getting thinner. The wall is getting more closer to us. We're getting pushed closer to the wall.
Exactly. This is really the time to like stand up for each other.
Yeah.
Like just, hold each other close. Insane. Yeah, I've been really thinking about this because also the last time we had an event, there was some guy who was there the whole entire night. Obviously noticed it's a queer party. And then in the end, did some fucking hate crime. And then it was actually with Lila. And then, yeah, he just like said some slurs to her and whatever.
Oh my God.
I was like, you noticed that this is a queer party.
Right.
You stayed.
Right.
You
It's
waited till
fucking
the
insane.
end. Like, how much effort and how much hate do you have in your heart? It was so upsetting. I'm still like a little bit like under that influence in a way. Because it was just like such a celebration or whatever we were planning for a long time. And then this was the last moment of the party after we like left and we were just sitting in front of the club. And then this guy just said this. And it was like, Lila was like, it's fine, I don't care. But
Like, most of the time we don't care, but trust
Yeah.
me, like it has a psychological effect because in your deepest, darkest hours, you're just thinking back and reflecting on like your weekend or your day and remember that tiny thing. And in the moment, it might not have stung, but you know, when you're looking back on things, it stings a little bit. Not because, you know, it affects you or something. It's just because you're disappointed in people.
yeah, that's
It's just
the-
because
yeah.
you're disappointed in people. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, that happened, but it's still not a good feeling at all.
Yeah, I get that. Like, I can't even imagine how it is to like perform and be celebrated, but then you leave, and then it's just like the two fully opposites
Yeah.
of the world.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like cheering for you, and then you go out. It's like,
Yeah.
what?
Exactly.
It's such a weird state of mind, I guess, or like a weird experience. I was sad. I would lie if I say I wasn't sad. But I was just so angry.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so pointless, really.
It is
like,
pointless. Like, it does nothing for you as a person because you've not done anything for yourself. That person is probably in the closet somewhere, or like pushing back some desires. Like,
Exactly.
but you're just making another person try to make them feel bad, and it's not working. Also, so it's just a waste of time. You just putting us like back in the 90s, and it helps no one.
Exactly.
And if you don't have any kind words to say, you can kindly just shut up.
Yes, really. You can just go home and do your own
Right.
thing. Like, no one asked you to be there, honestly. No one
forced you to be there. You paid the money for the ticket.
Really, exactly. Like, so much effort goes into hate.
Exactly. That's my
How?
point. Like, hating someone, I always like tell people, like, I legit do not hate anyone. Like, if someone offends me, I do not put it on my mind for so long. And the only person I renew my hate for is my father. And even these days, it's exhausting to just keep hating him. I just don't bother anymore. Like, it's just on his own, and I just don't bother. But yeah.
Yeah, you actively have to like invest energy.
You have to actively have to think about that person and what they did, and it doesn't help you.
Yeah. It's not bringing you further in any way.
No, not at all.
It's actually bringing you down. So, yeah, I will never get this. We should do better. Let's do better. Such a cliche, but let's do better, people.
Better people.
For real.
For your sake, for the sake of the world.
Exactly. So the next question, what conversations do you wish more people were having right now?
I feel like we've talked about that, like the open spaces, creating more spaces.
Yeah.
And if you've noticed on my show, like I always like also preach, just be kind to one another.
Yeah.
You don't know what someone is going through. Like there is so many war going on in so many places. You don't know if they're from one of those places where they have family and they're down and you're just kicking them while they're down. And you don't even have to think about that before you're nice to people. You don't have to be going through stuff before you're nice to them. Just be randomly nice. Strangers, like it's if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say anything. But it helps when you're nice, when you say kind words to people, when you know, and you like we've both said tonight the entire time. You don't have to go out of your way to be nice.
Yeah.
Just smiling at a random person or giving them compliments, or what takes energy is actually hatred. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So just be nice. Let's create more community spaces, more, welcoming spaces, more general spaces for all of us to thrive, to celebrate each other, and to just be, because it's a fucking cruel time in the world right now, honestly. Like, when you look at the news, you can't even comprehend what's happening. You can't imagine what those people there are feeling. Because even me reading the news at home, I feel fucking terrible about everything that's happening.
Yeah.
Now imagine people who that is their experiences.
Yeah.
It's insane. And I know we all have different politics in life and all of those things, but our politics should all be humanity. We should all
Oh
be
my God,
striving to say
yes.
humanity. Like our politics shouldn't be we got to this land first. God promised us this land. It's let's just stop killing people.
For
Let's start
real.
with that.
How did we not learn from all this history we
And
have?
this is like, do you understand? All of this has happened before. This is history repeating itself.
Exactly.
And what those people failed at is humanity. And we should try to be better at that.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's
fucking
crazy. Yeah, and it's such a shame. Like they really tried after all the world wars and everything, like to try to be a little bit better, but we're also bringing shame to them, to all those
Yeah.
freedom fighters.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
such a sad thing to see.
We could just try to be more human, honestly.
Yeah. I think the next one is a little bit similar. It says, what do you want other queer and trans people, especially younger ones, to hear right now?
Honestly, that they're loved, that, it's okay to be a little different. We're all like a global planet of trillions and quadrillions of people, and we all can't be the same at the end of the day. So it's okay to, be different. And I do genuinely hope that everyone finds their people, because one of the things that's always been for me is that I always just find my people. No matter where I am, what I'm doing, somehow, not even find them, they find me and they choose me and I choose them back. So if you find a community of people that's willing to, be there for you, give you all their love, be very receiving also. Also, let's all work on ourselves as people. Let's work on our social skills, our people skills, our talking skills, our sensitive skills, which is something I'm also trying to work on. Sometimes I'm laughing at serious issues, but it's a trauma response for me. It's not because I find it funny. Do you understand? But sometimes it's insensitive to people. Yeah. And I'm trying to work on that. So we should all try to work on our social cues and how we deal with people. And how we just go through life and strive to make the world a better place, honestly.
Love that.
Yeah, that's what I wish everyone could hear.
Lastly, I usually ask people, what would they say to their younger selves?
Honestly, I feel like my younger self, if they saw me right now, wouldn't be very surprised. Like it's going to be a situation of finally we made it happen. For so long I was waiting for God to make it happen. But God was also waiting for me to make it happen for myself. Because again, I do not believe that the supreme being makes mistake. Not that I'm saying it cannot, but I believe that we're all put here for a purpose. And some of us were to, challenge people. The idea of being transgender challenges people. So I feel like some of us were put here to do that, to teach them on how to love properly. Like, people are not always going to be what you expect. And when they're not what you expect, learn to love them as who they are. And learn to love them as what they tell you they are, and what they love, and who they love, and what they identify as, and things like that. I feel like that is, my younger self would just tell me right now that they're very proud of this journey. And if they look through everything we've done, like, I don't give myself enough credit, because again, I feel like I never have enough time. I'm always running. I'm always trying to move on to the next thing. But when I genuinely look back at the things they've done, even sometimes I forget some of them because I just don't give myself time to, immerse myself in that. I am proud of the things I've been able to do. It might not have. I told my friend a couple of weeks ago that I'm living the life of a superstar and doing superstar things, but my account balance is not reflecting that. So everything might not have turned out in a very commercially successful way. But the rooms I've been able to be in because of myself, the room I've been able to be in because of the things I do, I am very proud of myself. And even being here today is like being here in your presence, and being in the podcast is as a result of everything. And I'm sure they will be very proud of that also. So yeah, thank you for having me. And I'm sure my younger self will be very proud, and they will tell me they're also very proud of me. So, yeah.
I genuinely feel like this community here will be so much less without you, really. I mean,
this is not a goodbye. I hope not.
I really hope not.
This is a see you later. This is just me, living to once again fight for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, fight for my place in this life. And yeah, once I've got into a place in my body where I feel like I have more stability, I definitely would be happy to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And I will still be part of this community from overseas.
Well, you're always welcome back here, I'm sure. I think you brought so much community and love, also with the shows on Wednesdays and also with your performances on the balls. I love them so much.
Thank you so much.
And I just genuinely feel like you're so full of love.
Thank you.
I don't know your mom, but I can tell that she's like also a little bit shining through you.
Yeah. My mom is full of love. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
When we were young, my mom raised my father's 12 kids, raised family and friends. Our house was a fucking oyster. And she loved everyone equally. She would treat everyone equally. Like family and friends, they all loved her so much. And I got that bit from her. And she's also like I always like tell my friends, like, I don't get into fights with people a lot because I know and love people individually for who they are. I know we're all different. So if you do something that genuinely upsets me, I'm going to have a conversation about it. Holding grudges is very far-fetched for me. I'm not saying I don't do it. If it gets to a point where I feel like I genuinely can't continue, I'm going to hold grudges. But I learned to love people for who they are. I know what your strengths and weaknesses are. And I respect them as friends or as like acquaintances or whatever we are. But I still genuinely love you and you can always come to me for love. And I feel like more people will do that and, just realize that, we're all just humans. We're all just figuring life out. Like someone doesn't hate you because they're not replying you. Life is probably just whacking them some things.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So we should all give each other more grace and, be open to having conversations and just live like that with each other.
Oh my God, thank you so much. I don't know, I feel so, yeah, it was very refreshing.
Thank you.
To talk to you. Thank you so much for sharing all this with me.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an amazing. I was looking forward to this so much. So I'm glad to.
I was so happy that you came. Really.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Okay, well, thanks guys for listening. This was the episode with Sasha. I hope to see you soon, Sasha.
Hopefully, come to my shows on Wednesdays while I'm still here. Exactly. And even when I'm not here, if you're anywhere in the world where I'm performing, come to see me because I'm a traveling queen. I'd go everywhere to perform. And it would be nice to see you and support me out of drag too because I'm trying to get back into my modeling bag. So
yes, we will put your links and everything. They can find you in the description below. Yeah. Thank you so much again for being here. Let me give you a hug. Thank you so much. Oh. Okay. It's fine. It's fine.